And now, as to continue troubleshooting of this starter panel of this forward mooring winch, since the problem is low insulation, so I need to identify where is the low insulation came from. So by the use of this insulation tester, the brand of my insulation tester is Sanwa model or type DM508S. And this insulation tester is inducing 500 volts. So it's quite dangerous to touch these test probes, two test probes of these testers, because this tester will induce 500 volts DC. So I'm going to induce a voltage now to the all suspected low insulation, so that to induce 500 volts, if there will be a leakage of voltage, so that means that's the low insulation problem in that particular part that I'm going to test now. So when I use this two test probe, one test probe is being clamped now at the ground, and this one is for the conductor well. I am going to test. So I'm going to set to 500 volts DC now. And now to test ground to ground, if my tester is working good, if it really detect low insulation. Now, why? Alright, so my tester deflect now to 0 insulation when I test ground to ground insulation test. Okay. Now let me check. Now see, ground to ground now is 0. So my tester I can confirm my tester is working good. So now conductor to ground now I'm going to test. Wow, really bad. It's really bad insulation I have. One conductor, one supply, one conductor for the main supply is really 0. The good insulation test should be as much as possible infinite. It should be infinite reading. It should have be infinite. If it is infinity, much better. But even 1000 only, or 1100 mega ohms, or even 10 mega ohms, it is tolerable to use this starter panel. But now it's 0, very dangerous, and it could burn this whole starter panel in just a minute or a few seconds. Because when the low insulation problem, it's the main supply which has a problem. So it will create fire and burn the starter panel, and we cannot use this whole equipment for the anchor winch or forward mooring winch. So our ship cannot tip up our anchor, or at port our ropes, mooring ropes, we cannot secure, or we cannot provide mooring ropes to the port. So it really needs a time for me to rectify this problem, because this is not a very simple problem only. It's a serious problem that may create a very worst situation to our vessel, that our vessel might be penalized for thousands and thousands of dollars for the delay of port operation or delay of voyage, that might be penalized by our charterer for the delay of every hour, delay for voyage. So hopefully wish me luck to rectify this one, but I think I cannot do it in just a few hours. I really need maybe one day to rectify this whole low insulation problem, because imagine how many wires I am going to clean or to rectify this low insulation problem. As I have observed, the terminals or the insulation of the terminals, now one part is being melted, so it's an indication that it's a fire hazard already. So as of now, what I have to do is to report first to chief engineer to give me some time or some day to rectify this one, because I cannot do it now. Only now I can do, I can start to do it now, but not really to completely rectify it today. And especially now that we engine department now having our rest time, supposedly our rest day, because last night we have a problem, emergency problem with our electrical power. We have experienced blackout, so we have no sleep last night. So I sleep at 5 o'clock and I wake up 8 o'clock because we're expecting to have an emergency, a job to do also today that we can only perform only here at Anchorage area. But luckily or unluckily, our plan of doing the extraction of cylinder number 3 of our main engine has been aborted, or been postponed because of the warning of weather for us, that we have a gale warning that we need to be, our main engine to be ready at all times, because we need to depart or to heave up our anchor today in case this gale warning become worse. So as of now, we are standby to do or to make any job for our main engine. So supposedly I have to make rest today or to sleep, to overcome or to be able to manage my sleep, to that I had no sleep last night. But now it really also need to give time for this one to rectify. So what we cannot do, that's our duty sometimes, that we sleep only 2 hours, 3 hours, or 1 hour, even 1 hour, just to for the welfare and safety of every crew on board, and for the safety of environment and marine pollution. Okay, so bye-bye for now. I have to go and to report to my chief engineer that it really needs more time or even more days to rectify this one. So, bye-bye.